All right, speaking of the Boise River, over the weekend on Saturday evening, Boise Fire Department dropped this gem on social media. Tonight, Dive 1 rescued a man holding onto a tree in the middle of the Boise River. He was floating the river without a life jacket when he fell out of his tube. Due to the swift flows and cold water temperatures, he was unable to swim to shore, they posted. Okay, so just a reminder, this man did this, mind you, floating the river in a tube without a life jacket. And you saw how fast it was. Despite 80 of these signs, Boise's Parks and Rec Department staked into the ground along the Boise River, warning people of the danger. And it says right across the top, dangerous river conditions in large white on red letters with an exclamation point. The smaller print says, if you enter and have to be rescued, you will be charged for all efforts to rescue you. Well, fortunately, there was a happy ending to this story. It was a rescue and not a recovery, with the man only suffering early signs of hypothermia, according to Boise Fire. You know, loss of feeling in your hands and feet, which can happen, by the way, in under 5 minutes in water that's about 40 to 50 degrees. But that prompted this question from Jeff yesterday. Is the city of Boise going to fine the person that had to be rescued on the Boise River? Every year they put signs along the greenbelt saying, you may be fined if you need to be rescued. They should be fined, says Jeff. Remember, the sign says you will be charged, not you may be charged, and it's based on Boise City Code. So we asked Boise Fire what that charge might look like. Title 5, Chapter 13, the one that says in order to protect the city from extraordinary expenses resulting from the utilization of city resources in response to certain public safety or fire emergency incidents, this chapter authorizes the imposition of charges to recover costs incurred by the city in responding to such incidents. In other words, so the rest of us don't have to pay for your complete disregard for safety or signs, by the way, or just blatant stupidity. We need this rule to say you're going to pay for it. And the city can charge for personnel, for supplies and equipment used for said emergency. The total would be based on the average cost of those services, and it will be billed directly to the responsible party or possibly their insurance company. Okay, so how much? Well, Boise Fire tells us the cost of a recovery of a dive rescue during dangerous river conditions is $1,425 an hour. $1,425 an hour. Anyone who willfully enters the Boise River and needs to be rescued will be billed that amount by way of an itemized invoice. And if they don't pay within 30 days, there will be a late fee of 1% per month. So here's the thing. The Boise River is running way too fast, and it's too chilly right now to safely float it. How fast? Okay, let's say it takes you about 2.5 hours to float that 6 miles from Barber Park to Ann Morrison Park during a normal float level of about 1,500 CFS, cubic feet per second. Today, at 6,000 CFS, it would take you about 37 minutes to go those 6 miles. From 2.5 hours to 37 minutes. So how about you just stay out of the water to avoid the $1,400 an hour fine or possibly something worse?